Thank you for joining us in this training series. You know, it wasn't that long ago that I would show up to a video shoot with a camera like this one. It was big, heavy, and expensive. But at the time, it was the tool that I needed to get the result that I wanted. Today, an HD camera like this one can run circles around that one, providing more than twice the quality at 1/3 the price. Now, I could still shoot with a larger camera, but it would be harder to do and my results would not be as good. Fortunately, I realized the times change and we need to keep up with them or suffer the consequences. That's what this video series is all about. No matter what your business, your marketplace has changed, just like my camera did. In this series, we're going to explore these changes and how we can take advantage of them to move our business forward. We have a lot to cover, so let's get started with our first topic that we call the new frontier. Here's what I mean by the new frontier. You know, not too long ago, going into just about any business was a really big deal. It was expensive, risky, and not for the faint of heart. You needed a product, distribution, advertising, and on and on. Today's no walk in the park either, but there are some real differences. For example, depending on your business, the high startup costs in the past have in many cases been substantially reduced or eliminated. This is good news if you're starting a business and bad news if you're already established because, it invites more competition. Which brings us to our second difference, competition. In the past, it was very common to have a competitor in the same town, but today they may not even be from the same country. Businesses are constantly facing competitors offering products and services from vendors from all over the world. The third thing that is changing is our customers. Today's customer is better informed about your product and or service, your competitors, and your field of expertise than ever before. Research is easy and instantaneous, and they're taking advantage of it in huge numbers. The reason for this paradigm shift in business operations, competition, and customer knowledge is the Internet and its impact on everything around it. The Internet has connected us to information in such a way as to transform how we work, buy, interact, and live our lives. The technology that has evolved with it has made science fiction of yesterday science fact of today. This rapidly changing technology has killed some businesses, changed the ones that stayed, and created many others. Some have found opportunity in the crisis and have adapted to this new, fast-paced environment, while others stubbornly clung on to the old ways of doing things and were left wondering what happened. The fact is, the Internet is affecting how we communicate with each other as consumers and businesses. Let me give you an example. At the start of this boom, I saw some people embracing a few new technologies such as chat rooms, ICQ, and message boards, and I just didn't get it. I saw little value in it, and in fact, it just didn't interest me at all. By the time I finally could relate to it, they were onto something else, and I was left playing catch-up. I told myself then that I would never wait to get it personally before recognizing that others already did. Let me give you a more recent example. I myself do not use text messaging very much. I do not really see the point in it, and actually I kind of find it frustrating. I'm the kind of guy who would rather pick up the phone and just call them. But I'm well aware that there are millions who do not share my view. So when I see a technology or an application that is connecting with millions, I no longer need to wait until I want to use it myself. I no longer need to wait until I personally see the value. Instead, I study and analyze how I might make this technology, trend, or product work for me and my company. If it makes sense, I implement it and then track the results. There's no denying that the Internet is a force to harness if we want to succeed. Let me show you what I mean. Here are some amazing statistics. The Internet is now reaching over 1.5 billion people on a daily basis through computers. And the mobile phone and iPod crowd is starting to come online now, and they represent another 2.5 billion. 89% of Internet users claim that they use the Internet to look for information. 81% say they research online first before buying many products. 71% say they shop online, with the age group of 33 to 44 leading that online shopping crowd. Speaking of ages, let's take a look at how different age groups are using the internet. Generation X, which is the 30 to 50-year-olds, now spends more time on the computer than watching TV. And they tend to use the technology that supports their lifestyles. Things like, online banking, shopping, research, that sort of thing. Now, Generation Y, which is the crowd up to 30 years old, integrate the technology into everything they do. They watch more online video and connect and socialize on the web very easily. We call this introduction the New Frontier, which depending on your age might conjure up images of cowboys and cattle drives or Captain Kirk in the Enterprise. In either case, we're in for a real adventure with plenty of twists and turns to keep it interesting. The internet is here to stay, and the associated technology has opened up doors of wealth to all who want to learn, work, innovate, and create. If you look across the entire business spectrum, you see a shift happening because the big players in those fields are no longer calling the shots. Think about it. Newspapers, magazines, books, radio, retail stores, and travel businesses, they've all been impacted deeply by the internet. This is because the power has shifted to the individual, to the small business, and to the entrepreneur. You just need a desire and a plan of action to take your product or service to the world. That's what the following videos are all about, helping you take command and tame this new frontier. It's not about access anymore. Nowadays, anyone can have access to the entire connected planet, but what you do with that access will determine your level of success. Now, our next video will cover the key to getting that access to work for you. I'm Rory Graham for Ally Video Services. I'll see you next time.